So I think I found the most comical propaganda pieces ever written about annuities. This little damage control article is on this website MarketWatch, which allows financial professionals, including insurance salesmen, to post articles on their website. And do you think that posting these little articles is a sales tool? You betcha. And for proof of this, I've noticed that as soon as anyone posts anything negative to say about annuities in the comments section, these so-called retire mentors will delete all the comments and just shut down the entire comments section. So these articles are advertisements in disguise. So keeping that in mind, in the opinion of this annuity sales agent, the people who have been saying bad things about annuities are uneducated, they're making hate generalities, they're uninformed, they're biased, they have a disturbing lack of knowledge, they're spewing ongoing lies, they're pundits with an agenda, they're making a knee-jerk reaction, they're not rational, they're blindly spreading financial hate speech, and they're spreading agenda-driven nonsense. Wow. And to top it off, this annuity agent is going to factually destroy your uninformed bias with brutal and factual truth and indisputable facts. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you folks how this author is a clown, and he's using the same old insurance industry straw man arguments, shell games, useless anecdotes instead of data and statements of opinion. So the first straw man argument he uses is to selectively and conveniently attack money managers, asset managers who charge you a fee year after year after year after year based on assets under management. And so they don't want you to put any money into an annuity because Mr. Asset Manager doesn't make any money off of that annuity. But nobody should ever hire an asset manager. Asset managers are almost as bad as insurance salesmen. So it's a straw man argument to attack asset managers. Now, what about syndicated radio hosts? Radio hosts are not biased if they're not in the financial services business, okay? Bob Brinker is about as close to unbiased as you can get. Bob hates annuities, and he fittingly refers to annuity salesmen as sharks. Then his next straw man argument is completely absurd. He attacks life-only annuities, whereby if you dump your money into an immediate annuity, for example, die a few months later, then the insurance company keeps all of your money, your heirs get nothing. Then he's saying, no, it doesn't have to be that way. There's single life with cash refund policies, whereby if you die, the unused portion of your money will go to your beneficiaries. But this is the old comparing a bad quarterback to Jamarcus Russell game in order to make your bad quarterback look good. What he isn't telling you is that the growth of your money stops once you start taking income on these policies. That's a horrible deal. In other words, your heirs will get zero return on your investment no matter how long you live. Now, I can just hear this author trying to say that somehow, somewhere, someplace, there's an insurance company that pays you income and lets your money grow to some degree, but there's always a catch. Insurance companies never play Santa Claus. And if they give you one thing, they're always going to take it away someplace else. They're probably going to lower the payment rate or tack on fees that reduce the death benefit value of your annuity. There's always a sleight of hand somewhere. So, brutal and factual truth, my ass. Then he says, risk is not for everyone, and for these people, annuities have their place. Risk? What risk? You know, I've never, ever come across an annuity salesman who discussed in any meaningful detail about diversification into bonds and how that protects you against stock market risk. Never heard an annuity salesman discuss the Ibbotson 2872 rule. Never seen an insurance salesman present any charts showing you how the 4% rule works just fine. Never seen an insurance salesman show you that if you started retirement at the worst possible time to retire, 1966 onward, you actually had to ease up on your 4% withdrawals, but that today's SPIA would have done much, much worse. I've never seen an insurance salesman talk about how once you get to be 75, 80 or so, the annuity will leave you in poverty and leave you wishing that you had instead invested in bonds and stocks. No, instead they go straight for the annuity. Why? Because they're annuity salesmen hungry for sales commissions. And so the whole rest of this article is based on the false premise that the open markets, bonds and stocks are too risky. And with history as our guide, this is total nonsense. And look at this. He says, fixed index annuities are CD return products that protect your principal while retaining full control of your money. Well, at least he got it right about the index annuities, hopefully providing CD-like returns. What he never talks about is that they're not FDIC insured, which makes CDs better. What he never talks about is that if you want to get your money back early, you have to pay surrender penalties, huge surrender penalties. With CDs, you only lose the interest that was paid, which makes CDs better. And in my book, if you have to pay a 10% surrender penalty in the first years, that's not full control of your money. You see how this guy is full of crap? And once you annuitize the contract by entering the distribution phase with an index annuity, you cannot get your money back. That's not full control of your money either. Hello? That's called getting screwed. Then we get down to the meat and potatoes of his straw man arguments. He dumbs it down and asks, do you hate principal protection? When I'm getting paltry 1 to 3% returns on investment over an entire lifetime and my heirs get 0 return on investment, yes, I do hate principal protection. That's not principal protection. That's called principal erosion. Do I hate lifetime income guarantees? Yes, I hate those too when I'm getting inadequate income. What I'm getting is guaranteed poverty later in life because those fixed income payments for life don't keep pace with inflation. In fact, I hate guaranteed lifetime income when it gets easily outdone and then some by a low-risk mix of bond and stock index funds, even during the worst of times. Picking an annuity is like picking a horse that finishes the race but consistently finishes in last place every time. So yes, I hate lifetime income guarantees. What else? Do you hate Social Security payments? Okay, so now he's making a comical anecdote. How convenient. Gee, why don't I just dumb it down and say to you folks, do you like getting robbed at gunpoint? Of course you don't. Well, an annuity is like getting robbed at gunpoint. But fortunately, I back up my videos with actual research, with statistical data and charts. And then here he goes with the old good cop, bad cop game. He's the good cop. He's styling himself as a critic of annuities. He's on your side, even though SPIAs pay insurance agents lavish 3 to 4% commissions, while low-cost, tax-efficient, 100% liquid index funds pay agents 0. Whenever you hear an insurance salesman say, annuities are not for everyone, they're trying to convince you that they have restraint and lines that they won't cross and that they're looking out for your best interests. But again, he's back to the straw man argument, contractual guarantees. Why do I need a guarantee in the first place if I'm invested heavy on the bond side? I don't. And then he goes on to bash other insurance agents. Again, he's the good cop. Everyone else is the bad cop. And of course, if you have anything bad to say about annuities, you're spewing agenda-driven nonsense, and he's going to delete your post. Okay. Folks, controlling risk is simple. You invest more on the bond side, problem solved. Also, if you need help, only go to a fee-only fiduciary on a one-time or hourly basis. Coming up with a financial game plan isn't rocket science. You can pay someone on an hourly basis and be out the door and invest on your own through E-Trade, Ameritrade, Scottrade. If you have lots of questions on an ongoing basis, then I recommend Vanguard. They only charge 0.3% per year. Whatever you do, avoid commission-based advisors, people who earn backdoor commissions by selling products like annuities, non-traded REITs, and actively managed mutual funds. Also avoid these expensive asset managers who charge 1% per year. That's highway robbery too.